Okay, so we're going to use the same request again, hardware, software. This time around, I'm going to use the hardware option, which, if you remember, is the one that's used to create the change request. It's going to be a new hardware, and I'm going to call it new server to submit that. Okay, so that's going to create my service request for me. Again, the Abydos process runs in the background to create in this case, the change request corresponding to that. If I just go now to my change request console, there we go, change management console. We'll just see if we can pick up that new change request. Now, if you remember this time around, because we chose the hardware option, the change request should be created, and then we have the new server process to run against that. So we'll just first of all bring this up. Okay, I think this is the latest one. Okay, we'll just open this one up here. So again, as a user, I'm just going into my change request record. So I'm not sure if you've got change 7.5, but I'm sure you'll recognize this. Okay, and once again, you can see we have a bunch of tasks here, and I also need to work through that list. Again, I can also use the wizard again here to complete that. So let's just recap for a second, looking at the process that we're going to run through here. It's the new server process, and these are the steps that we have created for that. So let's just go into Remedy as a user, and again, I'm not familiar with this process, so I'm just going to use the wizard again. And you can see here we've got some information to collect. I need to first of all enter the server load, and that's going to be a high load for this server. Server type is going to be SQL Server. And then we get another decision point, identify the vendor. So I know it's going to be a Dell server. And obviously, depending on what option I choose at each point, it's going to route to different steps. There's some default values that already provided for me for the Dell server. Those are all fine, so I'm just going to go on to the next step. And here I get to the procurement approval again, so I need to seek approval to get this completed before I go on. So let me just leave that for a moment, and we'll just see if we can get the request tracking view up. Just to see where we are in the process. Here we go. So this is the view that shows me where we are. The black steps you can see are the ones that have been completed. The ones that are purple or green are the ones that are outstanding or skipped, and the yellow one is the one that's currently assigned. So you can see we're currently waiting approval, so we can see exactly where we are in the process and what's left to do. Okay, so I'm just conscious of the time. We're going to leave the implementer there. I'm just going to finish off with the management view. The manager, I may need to see which processes are currently in play. May need to do a report to find out exactly what's running at the moment and what process utilization we have. So we do have, let's see if we can find it on here, a dashboard form set up, ready to go. Again, this is included with Abydos Designer, and this shows me, as I can see, the tasks that are currently overdue, and also for a particular group, I can see if I want to know, for example, the number of tasks assigned to the Abydos support group. I can see there's 41 tasks assigned there, and I can also see the number of processes in play for each type of process. So, for example, a new software process, I can see I've got 3 of those running right now. So, just a very quick way of getting the top level information out on the processes. Okay, so I hope that's given you a pretty good overview of how the product works. It's been a pretty rapid run through. I would like to just finish off with a couple of summary slides, and then we'll jump into the questions. Okay, so just to summarize then in terms of the processes that we built and the method of deployment, you'll notice obviously we are able to get the process instantly into the application. Doesn't matter whether it's SRM or Chained or something else, but it's an instant implementation. There's no development involved, and it's a data-driven integration. So as you would have seen, it's tightly integrated into the tasking module that you already have with your applications. There's no code generation that you need to worry about. Fully supportable and upgradable, so as you upgrade your applications in the future, then there's no need to worry about any customizations because it is completely data-driven. Obviously, it makes it a lot easier for you going forward, and no customization of the out-of-the-box applications required to support this particular product. Just basically installation, some configuration to get it up and running, and then you can create whatever processes you need to support either service requests, changes or other applications. And most importantly as well, at the end, no complex templates. So if you are using SRM or Change, you don't need to use any of the templates that come with those applications. You can just plug these processes directly in, and they will function end to end without any template configuration whatsoever. Okay. One final slide just to emphasize the time savings, and I guess if you're familiar with Remedy development and what's involved in perhaps putting together some of this process logic and the work involved, not just from putting something together from a clean application point of view, but from maybe trying to customize something like ITSM7. Pretty complicated piece of work, and can be quite involved. So typically something like maybe 5 man days to put together a new change management process, like maybe the one that we demonstrated, versus maybe 2 or 3 hours to complete what we did today, with some extra functionality and full testing into a production environment. So just wanted to share that with you and demonstrate the potential time savings that this tool can bring to the table. Okay, so just to finish off then, thank you very much everybody for attending today. I will just quickly now have a look at any questions that have been raised.